Hey, happy day 512 of What's She Up to Now, documenting the journey from offline brick and mortar world of real businesses, as in corporate America and brick and mortar businesses, real estate, manufacturing, hospitality, restaurants, bars, liquor, product sales, retail, all sorts of businesses, all different types of businesses over my career. I guess 27. I counted them up one day because people are always talking about how many businesses they've been in. And some of those were an absolute bust. They were like, why am I working this hard for making no money? And others were really, really successful. I guess most of my corporate jobs, I would say were really successful. Every job that I had, I always, even if I got fired, because yep, I got fired. And even if I got laid off, because yep, I got laid off, I always landed on my feet with an absolute better position than the one I had that I was leaving. So for me, corporate America was pretty cool, pretty easy. Now, as I've joined the online world, I find that it's been really interesting and different. I guess I expected it to be easier than the offline world, and I found that for me personally, it has been more challenging to create and recreate and do what I want online than off, which is really counterintuitive because for most people, it's way easier to do things online and on the internet and in that world than it is the offline world. I don't know the answer to that. I don't know the reason for that. For me, maybe because I spent so many years in the offline world, I just intuitively understand and I get what to do, when to do it to make that work. And it's different what to do and when to do it to make that work in the online world. Now, a lot of the things that we learn in the online world, had I known and applied in the offline world, my businesses and my life would have been a whole lot easier, but I didn't know that. And just learning it now, as I've learned about the way things are done in the World Wide Web and the internet. People love it when I say the World Wide Web. I guess nobody calls it that anymore, but I've been around since before there was a World Wide Web. So it's fun to say that every once in a while. People look at me like cross-eyed and crazy. They're like, what are you talking about? Now, I've titled this particular episode Help for a reason. One of the biggest personal challenges I have in my entire life and have had my entire life is the ability to ask for help or to seek out and help. I love helping other people. I do whatever I can that's humanly possible and sometimes not humanly possible to make sure I help other people. But when it comes to asking for help and it's not even getting help, because people, whenever I do ask, they're more than willing to help. I mean, and a lot of times I don't even have to ask. I just wait till I look desperate in a certain area of my life and then people just volunteer, which is a really unfair way of doing it. It's really a dumb way of doing it, but it's worked for me in the past. And so as I am growing and changing as a human being, I'm hoping that I change my ability to help. I'm having a current new challenge in my life, and I'm finally, if you look at my eye, maybe you can tell, I'm finally getting to the point where, okay, all of these things I've done myself that I've done just fine by myself are things I still want to continue moving forward, but a lot of them, I'm going to have to get an assistant and have them do those things. I'm going to have to let go of the strings, the apron strings, and have somebody else do a lot of my social media posting. I'll create the content, but I need somebody that will spread it about the world and the universe for me, because with limited vision comes lots of typos, lots of mistakes, and it bugs me like crazy. I used to be one of those people that I would read a book and I would notice every typo in a book. You can have, a 500-page book and there were 2 typos in that book. I would find the 2 typos. I was that person. And I was that person that would be mortified if I sent out an email or a text message with mistakes in it or with the wrong spelling of a word, because autocorrect corrected the wrong spelling for me. And I'm coming to terms with the fact that I can't do that editing for myself much longer. If, I'm probably a year past when I should have had somebody else doing that for me. So that's something I'm definitely looking for, is help in that area. And I've got to decide who and how I want that help to come my way. But I guess the first thing is to put it out there and say, yeah, I guess I'm going to have to get some help. I'm not going to be able to do everything that I've always wanted to do myself anymore. And that's perfectly okay. It's just another phase, another change in our life and our development and our personal journeys. So keep in mind, asking for help is not a sign of weakness. It's just a sign of, I realize that I'm a human being and cannot do absolutely positively everything myself, as much as we like to think we can. You know, we all think that we're Superwoman or Wonder Woman. I'm looking at a Wonder Woman big poster I have across my wall and kind of laughing because we think that we can be Wonder Woman. We think we have to be Wonder Woman and Superwoman when it comes to doing everything, raising our families, having our careers, you know, we're maintaining the household and everything. And, you know, it's freaking hard. And it's a lie, because we can't do all those things without help. And I'm a person that doesn't believe in the word can't, but we can't do all of those things to perfection, or the level of perfection in our own minds, and definitely not in other people's minds and imaginations, without some help or bartering to get those things done. So help. Going to be looking for some help. 90-day challenge. Today is day 52, I believe. Let me take a peek. Yep, day 52 of our 90-day influencer live video challenge. Sexy Boss Heather and Havenwood and I are doing that together. And today's day 52. And I'm taking not a step back, but it's really funny. I started the challenge. I've mapped out what I thought the topics would be for 90 days, because that gives me a sense of security if I plan ahead. And all I did was write down the topics. I didn't plan any of the content, anything for that. Just here's the 90 topics that we're going to talk about. And of course, I don't know that I've been on topic a single day of that original plan. And that's how I run my challenges. It's not, I make this challenge, this is how it's going to be, and I'm never going to change. I listen to the group that we're going through with. I do the challenge right along with everybody, and it shows me clearly from them and from myself what the next step has to be. So we're doing the sideways presentation, and that's going to be, it's 4 big blocks, 4 phases of time, not big blocks, 5 or 6 days each. But in between that, now that we've done phase 2, which is all about your new opportunity, the new vehicle, the new solution you have to people's problems, or the new way that you meet their desires, is phase 2. And now between that and phase 3, we're going to take a break and talk about offer creation, because I'm not sure that I really did a good job. I don't think I have yet in the 90 days of saying, hey, if you want to make an irresistible killer offer, this is what you do. These are the components that you put in it. And you take your product or service from being a Me Too thing and make it absolutely extraordinary and irresistible to people. And who doesn't want that, right? We all do. So that's what I'm talking about on the 90-day challenge. Probably today for sure, and maybe today and tomorrow. I think it's a topic I could talk on. I could do a 3-day event on that alone. So instead of just giving it a little lip service, I'll do an overview today, and maybe we'll dig into it a little bit deeper, because I think it deserves that much attention. I don't think I'm trying to think if I've covered it in detail. I don't think I have. So maybe we'll take, I'm just spitballing here. Maybe we'll take a few days and we'll really break it down in a couple day series about, hey, here's how to really create a killer irresistible offer. Because I think that'd be really valuable content. And it would be really valuable core understanding and foundational material for how to become an influencer and how to influence people. If you have an irresistible offer for people, you can be a kind of bad speaker or a video maker, thank goodness, and you don't have to write perfect copy or say everything perfectly. If you've got a killer offer that really does the things that I think are the components, the key components, the 5, I say 5 key components, and then bonuses or whatever you want to add, but to your core offer. And I'm just talking about the core offer that you want to make to people in your sideways presentation. I think that will go a long way in ensuring the success of your organization and your business and whatever it is you're trying to do online or offline, than if you are a really amazing speaker or presenter or salesperson even. A lot of irresistible offers will sell themselves. And it doesn't matter how clumsy you are at selling and closing people, because you don't have to close people. If you've really got something that's going to change their life and benefit them, they know it. They'll recognize it. You don't have to ever hard close or hard sell anybody, which is right up my alley, because I hate hard selling and hard closing and salesy crap. I hate it. And I will always hate it. And I just won't do it. I will never, ever coerce or manipulate or force anybody into working with me. Number 1, I don't want to work with anybody that doesn't want to work with me. And number 2, because I think it's just plain wrong. I mean, there's so many products and services that we get foisted on us that we don't ever need, use, or even kind of want. We wanted them at the moment when the person was presenting it to us, and then we get it and we're like, what the heck was I thinking? Why did I ever buy that? Why did I ever get involved with that? Why did I ever do that? Why the heck did I buy that blouse? Because that sales clerk told me I looked sexy and awesome. She was freaking out and out lying to me, right? Has that ever happened to you? Well, it's definitely happened to me. So that's what I'm working on. That's what's going on today. Go out and make an absolutely fantastic day. And I'll, of course, be with you tomorrow. Take care.